It wasn't a glamorous three.
Nope.
It was just balls on the floor, scrum, rugby, go get it. Knicks came out of it. DiVincenzo 2 threes, hits the second. Great seeing you as always, Rachel Nichols. Springtime's perfect to get a fresh look on your home security. Simply Safe Home Security will offer 20% off if you sign up for their Fast Protect monitoring plan. Go to simplysafecolin.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Here in his role
Maybe
got
bigger.
Big.
I mean, he told the New York Times, I don't even like owning a basketball team that much. I mean, it was pretty amazing. But maybe it was the right combination of him having failed enough times to finally learn his lesson and Leon coming around and being available and being someone who wanted to run the team and having just such great authority with his former life as an agent and having such great player relationships and understanding how the game works. But it's all come together. And as you said, they still have room. They still have the assets to add someone, and that's what's going to be really fun. And by the way, the Lakers are going to have the assets to add someone this summer, too.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see another shift, but with the Knicks, as long as it goes, the fact that they're facing an injured, beat-up Sixers team with Joel Embiid hurt, Tyrese Maxey sick, et cetera, and then if they advance, and Philadelphia still has something to say about that.
Played well yet.
Right. But if New York advances, they're facing either a young, not that experienced Pacers team or a Milwaukee team with a possibly shaky Giannis. So it's an interesting path. You can certainly see a path for it's possible to get to New York to the Eastern Conference Finals, which is not what you would have expected with Julius Randle out.
And over the next 5 years with sort of low juice, Denver, OKC, Minnesota, many of the very good teams, Orlando, or smaller markets, it feels like the Knicks are really big.
Yeah.
The league needs the Knicks. You'll have the Celtics.
Yeah.
But Denver's kind of the San Antonio Spurs. Low wattage in terms of high profile. Great construct. Love watching them. Totally respect them. But it feels like there's this opening for the Knicks. And they're impossible to watch and not like.
And also, it's time. I know if you're a small market fan, I understand that feeling of, like, man, the Lakers get everyone every year, that kind of thing. The Knicks have had nothing good happen in so long.
Yeah.
You can't feel like, man, the Knicks always get everything. No, the Knicks are scrappy. They haven't gotten everything in a very long time. It's fun to see this run.
It was so perfect that the game-winning play was a loose ball on the floor. That was so Knicks. That in a nutshell, is the Knicks. It wasn't a glamorous three.
Nope.
It was just balls on the floor, scrum, rugby, go get it. Knicks came out of it. DiVincenzo 2 threes, hits the second. Great seeing you as always, Rachel Nichols. Springtime's perfect to get a fresh look on your home security. Simply Safe Home Security will offer 20% off if you sign up for their Fast Protect monitoring plan. Go to simplysafecolin.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe. All right, welcome back. By the way, Mercedes-Benz from the EQB, versatile EQB to the sublime EQS, Mercedes-Benz makes electric extraordinary. Check them out at mbusa.com/EQ. J-Mac with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
We're contractually obligated to talk Cowboys every show. So Mike McCarthy, Colin, entering the final year of his deal with the Cowboys, and doesn't have any assurances from Jerry Jones that he'll be back. There's been some offseason chatter about the roster. It's not looking good. In preparation for McCarthy's final year, this is interesting. He made a notable move. He hired a new agent. His new agent is Don Yee, who you probably know.
Tom Brady's agent, Harbaugh's agent.
And Sean Payton's agent. I think McCarthy sees the writing on the wall. Like, the roster's not what it was. Dak doesn't have a deal.
How about if Mike McCarthy upgrades from the Cowboys? You all think he's getting fired. How about if McCarthy upgrades?
Where's he going?
To a better quarterback.
Okay, who? Where? Find me the... I'm not saying Dak is the end-all, be-all, but find me where he's going to upgrade. Who's dumping their coach to get McCarthy? That's the problem. Like, okay, let's say Jets is open. We'll talk Jets soon. Bills is open.
How about a rekindling? Aaron Rodgers with a defensive coach, losing record, being mocked. Aaron says...
Yeah, Aaron and McCarthy, the way things ended with them. A
lot of things end poorly. Ever heard of Facebook? You go back and rekindle that love from high school and college. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers fall in love again.
That would be a shocker. I think McCarthy ends up... I'll say this. He's doing TV next year at this time.
I don't think he'd be bad at that. Here's my thing with McCarthy. think he's a solid coach. You can't win 12 games a year.
You win a Super Bowl, you're better than solid. Come on.
Yeah. No, I'm not knocking him. I think he's been a little bit of a BSer sometimes.
Aren't we all?
He's been caught in. Well, that's a good point, aren't we all?
I mean, me less than you, but
aren't we all selling ourselves a little more than
yes, that's
out there throwing, other than Ryan, who just head down hockey scores.
Yeah.
Most of us are out there promoting and selling ourselves a little more than we should.
Thumping our chests,
a
right?
little more, yeah.
Luka yelling at everybody.
That's a good point.
Listen, I think it's going to be a fun season in Dallas. I have already pushed my chips in the Deion Sanders camp next year in Dallas. That's my
Well, Shedeur Sanders will be the #1 quarterback taken potentially.
Dallas would have to trade up for him, but you get that reset quarterback on the rookie deal.
I still think Dallas and the Jets should both draft quarterbacks in the second round. Well, Jets don't have a second.
Don't have a second, yeah.
But I can see the Jets. If the Jets moved down out of this space and got like a second.
Spencer Rattler, former Oklahoma guy to Dallas?
No. I like the kid from Tulane, Pratt.
Okay. Sam Hartman, just too pretty for Dallas, huh? You hate when I bring up Hartman.
Sam Hartman's a backup.
So they said about Brock Purdy. Okay, moving on to the Jets. How about it? Oh, Colin, this is not a great report. He's been covering the Jets forever. If things don't go well in New York this season, the team could be looking at an organizational reset. That shouldn't surprise anyone.
Okay, so let's ask yourself. Rich is very connected. You know him, I don't.
I mean, I don't know him personally, but
I've been following him forever. So, okay, so here's the question. So he's not saying that out of the blue. He's got. So somebody told him that. So my take is, somebody that I have great regard for, Nick Kahn once told me, companies make decisions 6 months before they get rid of you, they're getting rid of you. So the question becomes, when do they decide organizational reset? So in an AFC where Miami and Buffalo are going to be good teams, you can't fall behind. I believe the Jets, for Aaron's personality and demeanor, for Salah's reassurance, I think the Jets have to start fast. I think they have to start like 4-1, 3-2. I believe if they start 1-3, 2-5, Aaron's going to turn. He'll start finger pointing. Salah's going to be very protective, not as Aaron friendly. I think this thing could go sideways by week 6. Like there's some teams in this league that need to win early. Chicago, they've got to be competitive early or Eberflus in big trouble. You can't go
that's
one
tougher because they have a rookie quarterback.
True, but you got to win early. The Jets have to win early.
Well, listen, if they make the playoffs, let's just go there. I think they win the division. If they make the playoffs, is Salah and Rodgers, do they both return?
Yes. God, yes. God, yes. You can't go from a story about organizational reset to I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay. So what is making the playoffs with 40? What is he? Aaron Rodgers, 48 years old now. I mean, when he got here, it was like definitely 1 year,
so let me ask you
maybe
this.
a second. Now we're like,
so what? You know what organizational reset says to me? We're getting rid of Aaron.
Good, get him out.
So
Wonderful.
Organizational reset isn't we're drafting a corner. Organizational reset is we're 2-5. We make a decision upstairs. We're moving things. Ask yourself this.
The problem is they don't
How about this? How about this? Does Aaron have a no trade clause? Alex, do we know that? How about that? Let me throw this at you. You think it's crazy?
Oh, wait a minute. You're trading Aaron Rodgers?
No. You start 2-5. You go into week 8. And a team like Detroit loses Goff, or a good team loses a quarterback, and somebody says, we'll take Aaron for 9 weeks. We have a Super Bowl roster. And the Jets say, clean break, start over, number 2 pick in the draft, boom. Oh, Aaron has a no-trade clause. Well, but I'll tell you what, Aaron, if it goes 2-5, Detroit looks pretty good.
He would probably go to Detroit, rub Green Bay's face in it.
Absolutely.
But again, that so many things have to happen for that.
All right.
Here's my question. You want to draft a quarterback if you're the Jets?
It's like 4th round, 3rd round.
Do you trust Joe Douglas after whiffing on Zach?
Yes.
He drafted Zach Wilson.
Well, so what? He also drafted the defense.
Anybody could draft defense.
Come on.
You know how hard it is to draft a quarterback?
Well, I'm not saying the Packers are the only team that have done it 3 straight times, but I would say this.
For 30 years.
If you look at first-round picks in the last 20 drafts, it's harder to draft a receiver and tight end than a quarterback.
Okay, how about this? This is crazy. Jets are on the clock at 10. Nobody's traded up for McCarthy. Do the Jets say, get McCarthy and redshirt him?
Well, I could see Minnesota at 11. Well, no.
Do the Jets say,
I can see the Raiders at 13 if nobody has McCarthy. I can see the Raiders moving up like 3
Jets
spots.
say we're not giving up the pick. We need a quarterback of the future.
No,
Rodgers
they're not going to. They're not going to. No, Aaron's too prickly. You got to go all in with Aaron now. You can't do that with Aaron. First of all, Brady got insecure with Jimmy Garoppolo. So these quarterbacks.
And Rodgers hated it when they took Love.
Yeah. So you can't do that to Aaron.
But Rodgers ended up winning the MVP award the